Hi, hello, welcome everyone. Welcome for today's stream. Give me a second. My camera is not working. Yeah, now it's working. Okay, so I think the webcam connection is like a loose connection or something like that. Okay, so welcome to today's stream. So yesterday we take a look at how to create a Flutter application. So I'm preparing for this demo on Orlando Code Camp. So I'm going to demo on Flutter mobile application with the Firebase backend. So we are developing this developer emotion tracker application that is integrated with Firebase. So this is built on the Flutter and the dot file. So we have built that one for the demo purpose. So if you see how that works like, it works like this only. So it has this developer emotion tracker, and in the main page it has a list of journal where developer entered that emotion list. So developer can go and add a new emotion and click one of the emotion here. For example, I am surprised, and clicking next, this is giving the developer activities, the common developer activities. So I can choose one of the common developer activities and click next. That would be added here in the main page. So this what we are looking in like a last string. So today what we are going to do is we are going to improve this application a little bit, and also we are going to add a machine learning kit to the project. What machine learning kit is going to do is it's have like a bunch of common machine learning APIs that is available from Google. So you can use the Firebase machine learning kit to integrate the machine learning APIs into your application. So the idea here is like once user is clicking the camera, then what we are going to do is we are going to take a picture of okay, so two things we are going to do. One is we are going to take a picture of we are going to take a picture and find whether there any face on that picture. If there is a face, then try to find the emotion of that face. So if there is a face and we are able to detect an emotion from the face, then we are going to select that emotion automatically. For example, here if I am taking like a happy face, right, then what we are going to do is we are going to identify the face and the emotion, then select the happy emotion automatically. And also we are going to extract like what are the common attributes that is available in the face or in the face or like in the image, right? So probably like if I am taking a picture before any like a sports event or walking event, then we are trying to get like information as much as possible using this Firebase machine learning kit and try to save that as a tag as well. So we are going to play with that one today a little bit. So first thing, I will open this code in the code Visual Studio Code. So I'm developing this one using the Visual Studio Code. The Flutter application, the Flutter tool has already a plugin in the Visual Studio Code that is called Flutter VS Code plugin. So I'm using that one in the Visual Studio Code to develop this Flutter application. Let me move this one. Where is the window to move this? Okay, so something is. I need to move this simulator. Here it is. Okay, now I'm opening this code here. It's in the personal directory, dev emotion tracker. So opening that in the Visual Studio Code. So here is the code base. I will adjust the window a little bit so that we can see both the Visual Studio Code and iPhone emulator simultaneously. Right. Okay. Right now we are focusing only on the iOS application, but we can like easily integrate, easily run that in the Android application once we have finalized this UI. So let me close all the stuff. And so here if you see Command Shift P, there is a Flutter plugin. So in the Flutter plugin you are seeing like a list of commands to run, right? So here select device, launch emulator, and you can select like some other Flutter commands here as well. So we already launched the emulator. I will make sure this emulator is selected here, and to run the application I can go to this debug bar and click run here. And Flutter has like a hot reload features. So whenever you are changing the code, that would be immediately reflected into the mobile application. You don't need to like stop and compare it again to upload it in the device or emulator to run back. This is like pretty fast. So once you launch the application, once you are running the application, if you are making any code changes, that it's immediately hot reload feature will take care of like code changes and apply the code changes into the running application. Not only the hot reload, there is another feature called hot restart. So if you make any state related changes, that will not be immediately affecting like a hot reload. So you need to do the hot restart. So if you go to the Flutter hot, there is a two option, hot restart and hot reload. So reload just like refreshes the UI, and restart if you make any state related changes, then you can just restart the application. But both are like pretty fast. Trust me on that. Both are like so fast compared to other platforms. Okay, so here we have this code running. Clicking happy. Next, yeah, this one we have done yesterday. Development. So these are like categories, and each category contain activities. So we have built this Firebase and build the list view to display the categories in order. So, and one another cleanup I need to do in this application is we have this emotion. All the emotion is as an icon. So if you go and see in our code in the lib and images, I have added like a bunch of icons here for each and every emotions. Once again, guys. For each and every emotion, I have added this image. So what I'm thinking is, instead of showing that as a image, probably I would be show that as a icon itself, and this this list will be built from Firebase. So this list will be built from the Firebase. So let's do that stuff today. So we are going to get rid of all the icons, all the images here, and going to change that with the actual emotion icons. So let me open the Firebase console. So this is what we are having this Firebase console. This is where our mobile application backend that saved the files in collections in the database, and we can use some machine learning kit functions, authentication. So right now we are using the anonymous authentication, so you can see two anonymous user is created, and in the database this is where we are storing all the collections related to this application. For example, here it's showing like a list of categories, and this collection contains a list of activities. So each activity is referenced with the category. So for example, categories of development, so if you go and see the build error, coding, defects, these are coming as a category development. And foosball, this is coming as a categories. Gaming, block reading is coming as a categories, reading, and other activities. So we are having like a list of categories, and each category have like a different activities. That's what you are seeing that in the emulator there. Where is my emulator? So here is the emulator. So this screen data is coming from these collections. We are getting list of categories, and we are displaying the activities under that category. So if we add like more categories, then that would be immediately reflected here. Now what we are going to do is this emotions, right now this is hard coded in the Flutter application. So we are going to change this one also coming from the Firestore. And you don't need to worry about like querying multiple times. Firestore SDK that has persistence enabled, so you can just like enable the persistence. So once it is fetched, if there is any change, if there is no changes from the server, then it would serve from the offline itself. So it's managing like its own database into the mobile application. So it's pretty much like you are syncing from the remote services and creating the table in the SQLite. So Firebase SDK is taking care of those things. So it's enabling like offline enabled applications for that. So in this case, right now if we go to the add emotion dot, so this is the screen you are seeing here. So here we are hard coding the emotions like angry, bored, confused. So I have like a bunch of emotions here, and these emotion images or the emoticons, that is coming from the images here. So if it is angry, then it's picking up angry.png, and if it is bored, then it's picking up bored.png. So what we are going to do is, instead of the image files, we are going to have the emoticons. For example, like this: smiley means happy, and control command space blessed, something like that. So we are getting rid of the images of what we are using, and we are going to use the emoticons straight away, and that would be coming from the Firestore. So what I am going to do right now is going to create a new collection here. Going to create a new collection here. For example, what we can say, the collection name emotions, and each collection, in the collection we are going to add the document. For example, emotions here, then emotion has instead of the auto id, let's say id, and emotion has the title happy, and icon here I'm going to press control command space. That would open the emotion picker from the OS itself. So here I am going to choose one of the emotions. So the emotions is added here. So let me add some basic emotion. Sad icon, it's going to be control command space. Where is the sad icon? Is this one? Slightly frowning face. Worried face. Frowning. I think that's the one. Worried face or sad face. Confused one. Okay, I will choose this icon. Happy, sad, then confused, title, confused, icon, control command space here, and there is a confused face, right? This is thinking face. Worried face. There is a confused face. Yeah, here it is. Happy, sad. Oh, sad has a different face here. So control command space. Where is the worried, worried? Yeah, I'll choose some face here. Okay, now what we are going to do is going back to the emulator here, and this one, the list of emotion, we are going to get rid of this hard-coded value. And here in this widget builder, the next thing we are going to do is we are going to, okay, so here what we are doing is we are constructing the body, and this is the grid view, and we are building the build emotion images. So the right now the implementation is we are building the grid view, and that grid view children is build emotion images, that's building all these widget. I think that's right. I'm a little bit formatting here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to integrate this with the Firestore, right? So instead of this build emotion images, or like instead of this grid view, I'm going to paste it here and add that for reference. So instead of the grid view, we are going to build streamed view. What does that streamed view means? Like we are going to construct a Firestore query. So that Firestore query will continuously watch the query. So if any collection on that query changes, then it's going to trigger that view. So we already have done like a similar that in the dashboard here. So you can see in in the widget build, we are using this build stream, and in the build stream we are constructing the Firestore query. So we are getting the collections, user journal, and passing that as a stream here. So whenever there is a change in that any one of the collection, then it's immediately going to call this method and rebuild the entire view. So similar thing we are going to implement. So let me go back to this one. So build, or like I would say build stream widget, because everything is widget here. So build stream widget, and that's going to return stream builder. The stream builder is coming from Firestore, I think. Oh, it's coming from the Flutter only. Yeah. So Flutter and stream. So here we are going to pass the entire collection as a stream or entire changes as a stream. So stream builder stream and Firestore dot instance. I think it's Firestore, right? Yeah, Firestore only. Cloud Firestore. So Firestore dot instant dot collection, and our collection it's going to be emotions dot snapshots. So we are passing these snapshots as a stream of query snapshot. So we are passing that stream to the stream builder. So whenever there is a changes that's happened in this stream, then we are going to build context what are the other context comma going to the main dot. I think it's context comma snapshot. So it's going to be context comma snapshot. So now in this builder you can build the grid view based on the snapshot document here. So here this builder should return the widget. So this should return the grid view dot count cross axis count of 3 and children of list of widget. Okay, so now we need to construct this widget. Before that, I put a breakpoint here to see what's coming in the snapshot. Let me close this, starting it again. So in the snapshot, I'm getting the error here. Okay, snapshot has data, it's false. Now has data is true. So if you go to the data documents, there are 3 items. So these are the 3 items we have added that in the Firestore. Okay, so in that case, let me go back to the library and create the models. So let's create emotion dot. So this is going to be the class. So what I'm trying to do right now is I'm going to get the Firebase document snapshot and convert that into the class file or the object file, so that I can use that with the model library or model classes I am using it in Flutter application. So it's going to be the class emotion and final string of ID, final string of title, and the final string of icon. So I'm going to create a constructor, this dot ID, this dot title, and this dot icon. Then I'm going to create some static class that's written the emotion. I'm going to call that as a from map or from snapshot, and that should be containing a document snapshot. So this document snapshot is a Firestore snapshot. So we are trying to get like the Firestore document and convert that into the emotion classes. So going here, I'm going to create another static method, static emotion from data. It's going to have a map, and that's returning emotion of data of ID or okay. So we follow this pattern, right? So ID and the data of title and data of what's that icon. So what I'm trying here is like we are getting the Firebase document snapshot. So I'm getting the document snapshot, and from the snapshot I'm going to get the document ID and also the map. So the data contains a map. So this is where all the Firebase fields for the particular document that's coming to this data map only, right? So you are getting this, and you're passing that map, and here we are constructing the emotion object. So I can easily parse that from the Firestore, right? So now going back to the add emotion here. So the first thing, if snapshot has data, so since this is a stream builder, the snapshot will not be having like a data immediately. So it's trying to first get this snapshot at the time there is no data. So it's calling the builder with no data. Then since it is called as a stream, the data will be coming as a stream here. So once there is a data or data changes that is available in this stream, then the snapshot will have this property that's called whether it has data or not. So that's what we are trying to build. So if there is no data, then we are returning with some progress indicator. Otherwise we are returning the grid view here. Okay, so now if I am putting breakpoint here, I'm getting the breakpoint, and this one is building the grid view also, and the snapshot that contains data, and data has documents, and documents we are having like a 3 values here. Now what we need to do is we are going to get these documents and convert the document into the emotion class what we are creating, right? So if you see that in our Firebase console, we have these emotions, and emotion collection has like a list of documents. So each document has title and sad. Previously we just show the images from built in from the application itself. Right now we are removing these images and converting that one from the Firestore document icon here. Okay, so we have this document and we need to convert that to the emotions list, right? Let's do that first. So the documents is snapshot dot data dot snapshot dot data dot documents, right? Why that? Okay, so documents has snapshot dot data dot documents, but why that is not coming here? It should be coming. Let's go to the main dot dot, how it's showing here. So the main dot dot, this is also coming from the Firestore, right? Yeah, snapshot dot data dot documents. This is how it should be. Is it coming as any here? No. Okay, let's try here. Oh, something happened. Query snapshot build context. Is it right? Oh, async snapshot of query snapshot. Yeah, now this is type is right. So we are having this list of document snapshot. Now what I'm going to do is documents dot, either I can do map, and inside that map function I'm going to convert that into the emotion class. So emotion dot from data, not the from data, from snapshot, it's going to be f here. What's missing? Return. No, I'm missing something else. The documents is a list. I'm calling the map function. I'm getting all the snapshot. So the f is document snapshot, right? You know what? Sometime I'm getting like confused with the syntax of ES6 or TypeScript or the dot file. So sometime I use like an arrow function like this, but that won't work in the dot. Okay, so we are converting that into the emotion and we are getting the emotion list. So here I'm going to have emotion list, emotions, and I have the emotions list here. Cool. So let me open this screen. Right now we don't have anything because we didn't build this grid view here. So previously we built with a string. Let me change this to emotion. Create camera, and I need to change these things a little bit. Okay, so here the children of widget, it's going to be build emotion images, passing the emotions here. Right now I'm going to comment this on pressed. And we don't need this. Okay. Let me remove this also. So I'm going to do some cleanup here. I screwed up the layout. Okay, chip is here and column is here. What I have missed? Oh, one another. No, something here as well. So column has vertical direction children. I'm going to remove this. Okay, so here I'm going to have closing the array. Okay, now I think this is good. So we are passing this emotion list of emotions, and hey, Agathon Dev, correct me if I'm mispronouncing your name. I am developing a developer emotion tracker. So I'm developing a Flutter application that is built with the managed Firebase backend, managed mobile backend services, Firebase. So I'm going to do a talk on Orlando Code Camp next week, next Saturday. So I'm trying to build out a small demo application so that I can show that in the one of my talk. For that, I'm come up with this idea like to track the developer emotions. So this is the journal, the main page, and user can select the emotion here. That's what we are building right now. So once user select the emotion and go to the next screen, they are having the common developer activities, right? For example, I'm very happy because I had a good time on reading some blogs or motivational talk or something like that. At the time, I'm very happy, right? Then my build broken, or I'm getting like some unit test failures. Then I'm feeling like very sad, or I feel like confused why that happened. So I'm trying to create a journal application, emotion journal or mood journal for the developer. So I'm having like this emotion and common developer activities to show that in the main page. Does that make sense? Sorry, I think I read the chat a little bit late. And thanks for coming. Thanks. I really appreciate that, Agathon. So right now it's building this emotion, right? So we are having this list of emotions, and the text here, previously we used the string, so right now we are using the object, right? So it's going to be the emotion.title. So you can see there is a emotion title, confused, happy, sad, that's coming in. And the next thing what we are going to do is we are going to show the icon here. Now you can see the icon, the smiley, that icon came into this application. So let me add the style so that I can increase the font size here. Font size, let me say 30. Okay, then it's increasing the font size. Let me add like 32. Yeah, so let's say 35. Okay, now this font, these emojis or emoticons, this is coming from the Firestore. For example, okay, so this one we have added. Now we need to add this chip style. So we have this label style, and avatar. Avatar is like a small icon in the chip. So here I'm going to check the condition whether selected emotion is there or not. Okay, so let's do that like the selected option, right? So it's going to be the background color, and the background color I'm going to choose one of the color like green. Then you can see that is changed in this chip view here. Now I need to do like the emotion selected. For example, if I am selecting this emotion, I need to make sure this is showing some visual feedback so that this emotion got selected, right? So I already have this one here where it is on pressed. So on pressing of this flat button is like this single emotion. This is the flat button, and inside the flat button we are having this column that is having a list of widget. So we are having this text right now. Previously this is a image, this is an image, right? So right now we are removing that image and we are using the emoji Unicode character to show that emotions. So this one is using the text, and the bottom widget is the chip widget. Chip widget is nothing but like this nice oval shaped or the rectangle shaped view. So on pressed, we are going to select the emotion and pause the emotion here. So instead of the string, it's going to be emotion, and the selected emotion, this is also going to be the emotion. Am I doing okay? So here it's making like bunch of changes here. Emotion, and this emotion is and the state. I just changed the type and it's making like a propagating the changes across all the pages. So going to this emotion. Okay, now you can see in the add emotion dot on selecting, the selected emotion will be changed. So here what I'm going to do is, if I selected the emotion and the selected emotion is the current emotion here, then it's going to be green color. Otherwise it's going to be light blue or blue gray. So right now there is nothing selected, no emotion is selected here. So if I'm clicking this button, it should set this selected emotion. Yes, selected emotion. Then it should rebuild this view also. Yeah, I think this is getting false. Yeah, this is getting false. So instead of this, I need to check the ID alone. Okay, now you can see like if I am selecting the happy, then it select that particular emotion alone. And here in the avatar, I can show like some check button for selected view. So avatar, it's going to be icons of check, and only if selected emotion dot id is emotion dot id, otherwise show some null. So now you can see like if it is selected, then it's setting the state and showing some check button here. Yeah, this looks nice. Okay, so this is good. Now if I add like more emotion into the document here, for example, so we add confused, happy, sad, blessed, title as string here, and value as blessed, and icon, I'm going to choose the blessed icon. Control command space and select the icon here. So once I saved, you can see like it's immediately reflected in the mobile application. So since we are using this stream builder and we are pausing, so you can see here we are using this stream widget. So we are building this stream builder and pausing this Firestore collection as a stream. So whenever there is a changes in the collection, it would be immediately refresh that UI. So that is one cool feature. Like if you want to do like some real-time refresh to the UI or something like that, then you can do like the collection and pause that as a stream to the stream builder. Then it would be taking care of like refreshing the UI. So let me go back to the console again. Let's add more emotions. So title and icon, control command space. What are the other icons I can use? Angry, yeah, you can see like this is updated. I think instead of selected, there is a emoji list. Smileys and people emoji list. We can copy it directly from there, right? Yeah. So we have added angry face, probably dizzy face. This is one of the emotion developers commonly feeling like dizzy after spending like a lot of time on too much work on the brain, right? So title, dizzy, icon, it's going to be this one, and dizzy here. Clicking save. Yeah, we have this dizzy. What are the other thing we can add? Anxious, anxious, title, and icon. Where is my mouse? Winking will not be the emotion, right? Neutral face, neutral, icon here, it's going to be interface. I think I need to increase the font size a little bit. So instead of that, let me put like 40 here. I want more. Yeah, I think I want this much big at least. Okay, so let me choose happy here. What are the other emotions? Relieved, title relieved, and icon relieved icon. Exploding head, exploding title, exploding, then icon, exploding icon. Okay, what are the other thing? So we have added probably nerd or smart. Did I add it? No, right? Okay. Nerd, title, nerd, and icon. This one. Okay. So here back, confused we have added, worried we have added, astonished. Okay, I think this is cool. Yeah, if we want more, then we can add that in Firebase later so that it would be immediately reflecting here. So user can select this, going to next, selecting the activity, clicking next, and I forgot one another stuff. In the main.dot file, okay, when we are select, I'm going to clean up this collection a little bit. I'm going to delete this collection to start from the fresh because it contains the image here. I'll make sure I'm testing like the complete round of testing one more. So on the add emotion, we are selecting these emotions, and on the dev activities, once we get the selected emotion, we are saving that in the Firestore. So save emotion here. So in the save emotion, we are constructing the collection user slash user ID slash journal. So in the journal, we are setting the emotion, activities, and the timestamp. Right. So the timestamp, I think it's going. Okay, timestamp I am going to leave as it is right now. So the emotion right now, this is this dot selected emotion. It's supposed to be reference here instead of the object. Right now this selected emotion is the emotion object, but in the Firestore we need to save that as a, I'm just thinking like, or I'm going to save only the ID there. Then probably if it's needed, then we can get the emotion list of emotion. Okay, so let me add the collection here, and it says no such method error. Why that happened? tried calling id was called on null. Oh, is it because of the selected emotion? Yeah, I think so. So selected emotion not equal to null, and selected emotion dot id is emotion id, because at initial time nothing will be selected, right? So that's why it's throwing error, I think. Yeah. So user coming and selecting their emotion. For example, here I am astonished, clicking next and selecting some developer activity, clicking next. I'm expecting error here. What's happened? Okay, it's stuck in the breakpoint. Okay, so astonished coding, but we need to show the emotion in this page. So let me go to the main dot. Hey, thanks for following Rice or Tem. Thanks for follow. I really appreciate that. I think I should wear this headset so that I will not miss the notification. And for the music, my pretzel got crashed. That's why the music is stopped, I think. Let me add the music as well. Pretzel is keep on getting crashed. Did you see? Let me play that from the browser here. Okay, so in the main.dot file, we are showing the image here. So right now we are selecting that from the image. So we are getting rid of this image. Instead, we are going to show the text here, and the text with the value as journal entry dot emotion. So emotion is going to be the id. It says astonished, but I need the icon there. So how to get the icon? Because this one is getting the journals. So if you see that in the stream builder, we are getting the collection and getting the journal here. Now what I need to do is I need to make sure I'm getting the emotion as well, right? So how I can combine that two query? Did you hear any music? My pretzel is like crashing, guys. Okay, so the astonished one, we need to show the icon here. So how I can do Firebase collection query. Oh, sorry, Firebase collection multiple queries. perform simple and compound queries in the Cloud Firestore. Let's see. So we are using Flutter. There is no Flutter option. Okay, simple queries, we are getting like collection here. So this is what we are trying to get. And there is a compound queries. But how I can get the reference of that collection? Did he get like what I meant? Or main dot I can create like another stream here. So let me see. Stream builder, multiple streams. How can I access multiple streams inside the stream builder? Oh, they say like you can nest the stream builder if needed. That's not a bad idea. How can I access multiple streams inside the stream builder? Okay, here it says like stream builder doesn't support merged streams. Okay, so here they are providing the stream snapshot here. So let me build like this one. So instead of like one stream, we build another stream of query snapshot. It's going to be journal, get journal stream. And here I'm going to get the collection of journal. So let's call this as a journal here. And also I need to get the emotion collection so that I can merge both the journal and emotions. So where emotions is another collection, firestore dot instance of collection of emotions dot snapshots. Then return or in here in the journal entry, instead of the string, let me do the emotion here. I'm just trying to get like, because how the structure, how the document is structured, I'm trying to get the icon of the emotion here to display, basically like a join query for the Firebase document. Is there any join query for Firebase collection? Since this is like a document based storage, right? Yeah, there is a joined records using an ID. Let's see how that look like. Yeah, here you can see like here they are extending this Firebase. They are getting the document and they are getting like another document. So this is like a joined records. Let me see. Is that the only example they have? or we can do like the similar thing how we have done this developer activities. So we have both developer activities and the category. So we get the category and we get the developer activities. So inside the developer activities you can see if there is a document reference available, then I am selecting from the existing reference. So I can build like this one, but that is like a too much emotions, too much thing to do, right? So we are getting the journal, that's fine. Now we need to get the emotions dot where no, this is not going to work. So we are getting like a list of emotions and we are getting the journal. And in this journal entry, let's say like we are having the emotion here and this is coming as a string. So instead of that we need to save that as a reference. I think I'm like overthinking this. Okay, so we have let me go to the console doc. Let me go to the Firebase console. So we are going to create a collection called users, and user has some user ID, right? And here we are going to add another collection called journal, and inside the journal it's going to be some auto ID here, and the field we are going to have when they are saving and also what emotion they choose and what activity they choose. Right now we just have everything as a primitive value. For example, activities, it's a list of string, and emotion, it was like this. So right now I'm trying to change that to the class object. So let me do some more study on this. Firebase, it's not a Flutter, I think it's a Firebase design document. So Firebase document foreign key or the reference, how to query the Firebase. So query Firebase collection including reference. So the Firebase queries here. Or instead of the reference, I can add like the full property itself, right? Is there a map? Yeah, there is a map. So instead of the map here, I can add like a ID and a string. So let me delete this collection. I think that would be better instead of having like a okay, let's see how this is added first. So if we go to the main.dot file, I'm going to revert this little bit. Okay, I think this is fine. So in the emulator, I'm going to add a new emotion happy, clicking next and choosing the developer activities. Now I'm going back to this Firebase console to see like how structured the database is, how structured like the newly added element is. Based on that, we would adjust that a little bit. So user collection journal document. So in the emotion I'm having happy, and activities I'm having coding here. So instead of the happy, I need to change this as also the map. So if you go to the dev activities dot, wherever we are storing this emotion dot id, I think it's supposed to be the map. So I'm going to have a selected emotion. How to change this to map? In the emotion here, let's Google that. Flutter class to map. Or object to map. Flutter object to map. Object to map. Yeah, something like this. Do I need to put that? Mm, yeah, I think I will put that one pretty quick. So here, let's add a function called to map. So we are returning id as here this dot id, and icon is this dot icon, and title is going to be this dot title. Okay, so in the dev activities dot um, here I'm going to save this as a map. So now let me add this one again. So clicking this, feeling confused, I don't know what's going on there. Clicking coding, and I got error. So it says like it's not a subtype of string. Is it supposed to be a string here? It's a dynamic, right? The to map, it's returning a map, and from yeah, something like this. String dynamic to map, and oh, I can just like do the return here. Feeling happy, clicking next, selecting the activities, clicking next. And I'm getting the, okay, so here I'm getting some error. Oh, it's coming to the main page. I think in the main page we need to change a little bit. So in the main dot where it's showing the emotion. Yeah, so this emotion is not at all going to be the string. So instead of like a emotion dot, going to this journal entry to improve this a little bit. So the final string, I'm going to have this as a emotion, and data of emotion, that's going to be coming as a map. So here I'm going to call emotion dot from data that contains data of emotion of id of data of emotion. So I'm getting the emotion inside this. Okay, so now going to the main dot, instead of the emotion, it's going to be emotion dot title dot to uppercase. So that fixed this. And wherever I am going to show the icon, so it's going to be emotion dot icon. Great. I think this error is coming because we have some bad data in Firebase Console. So let me delete this collection again, and let's start doing it again. So deleting this, clicking next, choosing my current emotion, exploding because of defects, clicking next here, and you can see the front page, it's coming correctly. So now let's improve this one a little bit. The text of emotion, we need to increase the font size. So let me say text style font size is 40 point. I think 40 point we have chosen for. Yeah, let me choose 42. Okay, I think this is cool. So now since we have fixed the defects, right now I'm feeling I'm happy. Where is the happy? Happy here. So I'm feeling happy. The reason coding, probably we need to add more stuff here. So clicking here, and that's added into the dashboard. So now, since we have changed everything into the icon itself, icon means we changed everything into the text. So here you can see like instead of the images, that would increase the app bundle size, right? So instead of the images, we replaced all the images with the emoticons, the emoji list, the Unicode character. So I think now I can safely get rid of these images. So I'm going to open that in the Finder and delete this one. Reveal in Finder. There is a Finder here. Okay. So previously we had images for every emotion. This added like the app size. So I am deleting this. And right now I'm using the icon only, or the emoji list as a text, so that we can show this one. Okay, cool. So we did some cleanup on this Flutter application. Now what I'm going to do is we are going to add the machine learning kit into the Flutter application. That's the stream title, right? So we took like this much time to clean up a little bit and improve the performance by deleting the images. So what I'm going to do right now is, whenever I'm clicking this camera, it's going to open the camera picture, and we are going to integrate the image picker, so that whenever I'm clicking this camera icon, it's going to open the camera, and we can take the picture. And we are going to call the machine learning kit API to identify is there any face and what is the emotion of that face, right? So if any emotion found by the machine learning kit, then we are going to automatically select that emotion and move to the next page. So that's what we are going to do right now. Before that, since we had like some logical breakpoint here, I'm going to commit this code. So we deleted all those images. That saved good amount of application size. So I'm going to commit this cleanup. Did you see the cleanup images and change image into text? Good. So let it be committed as well. I'm not going to push. Once completely tested and everything, I will push at the end of the stream. Okay. So for image picker and the machine learning kit, let's go and check our pubspec.yaml file. So this is the package.json file. This is similar to the package.json file in the Node project. So this is where all your project information, including like what environment it is and what Flutter version it is using and what are the dependencies and what are the developer dependencies. So all those information that's in the YAML file here. So you can see in the dependencies. So YAML is like a same to the JSON, but YAML syntax format, right? So you can easily read this. So it has dependencies, that is Flutter, and we have added like a bunch of dependencies here. Firebase core, Cloud Firestore, Firebase auth for authentication in the Firebase, and a couple of other things. And developer dependencies, we are adding the Flutter test to add like a unit test or automated UI test for Flutter application. So we had like that is a developer dependencies, right? So now what we are going to do is we are going to add the image picker first. So let me go to the Flutter image picker and getting the image picker here. So this image picker, it has both iOS and Android support. Let's see the example. So they are importing the image picker package, and on floating action button on pressed, they are getting the image and calling the image picker dot pick image and passing the source. This is like pretty close to how you are using that image picker in the Cordova. So from the plugin wise, it's going to exactly work similar to the Cordova. But how it differs from the Cordova is, in Cordova, all your HTML assets, CSS, everything is stored in the file system, and a web view that's going to take the HTML from the file system and render that in your application. All the native to your application communication, that's happening through the bridge. That bridge is a simple bridge, like a JavaScript bridge. That's so whenever you want to call from HTML to native, native to HTML, then you are just executing the JavaScript. And if you want to call JavaScript to native, the native web view has a delegate method, so you are passing the information to the native view. So that's how the Cordova works, if you want to know like how these things works. And for the Flutter, they are having a native API. I think I am having that in my talk. Give me a second. I need to update this slide as well. Little bit. I think mostly I have covered everything in this Flutter. So this talk I have done in the Tampa. So now we are going to do that in the Orlando Code Camp. Okay. So these are the different images where it's explaining like how Cordova works and how Flutter works and all. So this is how the platform specific call works. So in the Flutter state, they're having this method channel. So that method channel is taking care of like implementing the native call or the iOS host call or the Android host. But all your view or view based or other UI animation, those things are not native specific views. That's the difference from other platforms. If you take like a Xamarin, React Native, those things, internally it's going to convert your the generic view into iOS view or the Android view. But in the Flutter, everything is like a canvas based drawing. It's going to drawing like a pixel by pixel. So all the UI, it's in the Flutter widget layer itself. It's not going to render in a native view layer. So that's the different on this. So now we need to add this image picker, right? Image picker. Here it is. So let's add this image picker into the dependency. And that image picker has okay, so it's getting the Flutter package and it's installed this package. Now what we need to do is in the lib of add emotion dot we have this flat button camera here. So on pressed, we are going to call the image picker so we are going to call this image picker example here, right? So let me go to this example again. Here we are having this image picker dot pick image. The image picker, it's going to import. Why this is not okay? I need to import this dot file. Pick image and image source, it's going to be camera, and this is the promise or feature method. So I need to wrap that up with async await here, where image is this one. Okay, I think in the emulator it would not be shown because we don't have the camera in the emulator. I think it would crash or something like that. Yeah, it says no implementation found for method pick image on channel. let us do the same thing in the gallery, and the gallery we will change the source to gallery here, so that it would be showing the image in from the simulator gallery itself. Is my frames dropping? I think. Yeah, there is a drop in the frame. So let's okay, so we added the gallery image. So this camera image, I think this will work only on the device. It will not work on that simulator. So let's do that. Hey, I had a thanks for follow Ilango Rajagopal. I really appreciate that. Thanks for watching the stream, and thanks for following. I'm working on the Flutter and Firebase application, so I'm going to do a talk on Orlando Code Camp next Saturday. So I'm giving a talk on Flutter and Firebase. So I'm preparing a demo application. This is basically a developer emotion tracker. So user can so we are targeting like a developer as a user, right? So user can like track the emotion, what emotion they are feeling right now, and also what activities that trigger that emotion. For example, I'm very happy because I got like a more followers, or something like I'm very sad because my build is broken, so something like that. So uh, we are tracking a emotion journal or mood journal for developers on like every emotion. That's what we are trying to do. So we pretty much like done with this application. Right now we are implementing the machine learning kit into this application, so that like it would detect the emotion from your image. So that is a additional feature that includes the machine learning kit from the Firebase. So I really appreciate that, and if you have any questions, please feel free to chat, and I will try to answer as much as I know. Okay, I think it got stuck. Let me close this and start running this emulator again. Or one another thing I can do, I will run that in the device. Give me a second, I will connect the device here. Oh, I'm using this new MacBook, and it has only two USB port. I already connecting that one for my webcam and my microphone. I Okay, I think I need to figure this out later. So let's launch my emulator. Right now we will try doing with the gallery device itself. And what are you working on, Ilango? How it's going? Okay, so the emulator is launching. Let's wait. I need to find another USB hub, so that like I can add more USB devices into this Mac application, MacBook Pro. My OBS is dropping the network. Oh, it's not running. This error we have fixed, right? Let me stop and run back. Clicking next. It should launch the emulator. I don't know. I think it's killing my Mac for process. Let me delete the application. I think there are two instances of Flutter debug is running. Okay, I deleted this and clicking run. Now it should launch fresh application in this emulator. So once this is done, then we will try to add a image into the gallery and we will get the emotion of that face from that image. Let's see. I have only this emulator, right? Okay, it says launching in debug mode. We'll wait for that launch. What happened? Where it is running? So I'm selecting the device. Oh, it's not. I think something happened with the Flutter itself. I'm closing this. Let me relaunch the application. Opening the code. So let's launch the emulator here. So now I am launching the iOS simulator. That's launching my simulator here. Let's wait for that launching. So once that is done, then we would integrate the machine learning kit as well. I think my process, everything is like pulling down. I don't know what's that. Oh, I think it's OBS. Okay, it's launched here. I'm running this simulator. So it should install this application. So it says launching Flutter application. Let's wait. What's going on? Okay, now it's running Xcode build. Once this is done, let's see. So in the meanwhile, let me show my presentation here. So this is what I'm going to present in the talk. So the agenda, probably like I would do the quick run. So the agenda is like introduction to Flutter and what are the different features of Firebase that's integrated with the Flutter, and how we can integrate the Fastlane tools to do the app automation. So giving introduction to Flutter, like building beautiful native application in record time, and what is Dot? It's a dynamic scripting language, and whether it's object oriented or not, and who built this, who is behind this Dot. And I'm giving like a high level information on like how every platform works, right? For example, this is using the native SDK. OEM means the original equipment manufacturer SDK. So if it is iOS, then it's going to be iOS SDK. Android, it's Android SDK. Then how the cross platform like Cordova works, and how JavaScript bridge works, and how the reactive views work. This is where like the React native script and even Xamarin, I think those will be come into this category. And how Flutter works. So if you see the difference in the reactive views, JavaScript, so the your code is in the JavaScript or any language, then they are having the bridge. So your abstracted views that is converted into the native views, right? For example, we have a button there, then that button is rendered as a iOS UI button and Android button, something like a Java some button. So that's where like the reactive views and the Flutter difference. So in the Flutter, everything is in that native code, everything is in your app. The platform thing, only you are using Canvas to render the view, render your render your button or everything. So you are using Canvas to render, and all of the services you are using platform channels to communicate within the different device based services there. So that's how that Flutter difference. So I'm explaining like what is widget and how hot reload works. And I built the conference application for the demo. So in the Tampa Code Camp, I show the conference application as a demo. You can go and see that in my GitHub. One second. So github.com /Flutter conference. So this is one another Flutter application I have built for Tampa Code Camp. Right now I'm building like a new brand demo application so that I can catch up like whatever the new things that came into Flutter. So let me add that in the chat as well. Then I'm going to talk about like Firebase, what are the different features that is available in the Firebase, and Fastlane, how the Fastlane works. I need to tweak this one a little bit to add like some more information, and because based on the last demo, I know like what are the pieces that worked very well or that is not really needed. So I'm going to clean that up a little bit. And once this is demo is done, then I'm ready for next week conference. Okay, so this is what we are building, right? So let's go to the add emotion page, and here if I click the gallery, it should open the gallery. That's cool. And I can choose the image here. For example, if I am choosing some image, then I should be getting that image there. Okay, so that is fine. Now what I need to do is I need to find some happy emotion images to add that in the emulator. So let me go to the emulator here, open my Safari so that I can search some emotion mixed images and save that in the emulator gallery. Or I need to figure out the way like how I can run that wirelessly into my iPhone and show that to you guys, right? So let me say happy image. So let's search for the happy image here, or happy face. I think happy face would be better. Why it's searching for image? Okay, happy face. I need a happy face person. I don't need emotion. Happy face person. Yeah. So let's choose one of this image. Save image in the gallery. Now if I'm going back to application and put a breakpoint where it is added, I think put a breakpoint here. So I can select the gallery and select this person image then I should be getting this image here, right? So selecting the gallery, it's await method, then I'm selecting a person image, then I'm getting the image value here. So the next thing I'm going to do is, since we added this pubspec.yaml, we have this oh, we don't have this YAML kit. Okay, then we will add the YAML kit next. YAML kit. So this is a Firebase YAML kit we are going to use. This is not the official. Okay, so there is a Firebase YAML vision kit. Yeah, this is the one we need. So we will add this Firebase YAML vision, and version is 0.60 plus 2. So it's going to get the packages from the Flutter dot repository and add that in your code. Let's see the usage, how to do this. To use this plugin, add Firebase ML Vision in PubSpec. That's cool. If you are using the on-device labeled, okay, this is for Android. For the iOS, if you are using one of the on-device APIs, then include the corresponding machine learning kit library. So we are going to, there are like two types of machine learning kit. One is you can do that in on device, so it will not make any call to Google Cloud APIs to detect your face, or to detect like a barcode, or to extract the text from image. It will not make any calls to the Google Cloud APIs. Instead, it's going to download all your artificial intelligence, or your machine learning training image into the device. It should be the compact one, so it will not be like a too much size. It would be the compact one. Then it's running this prediction on the particular image on the device itself. It will not make call to the cloud. So in that case, then we need to include this pod into the pod file. Let's add that. I think we don't need the barcode. We need the face label. I think we need the face and label. So let's go to iOS project pod file and add this dependency here. Where to add this? Yeah, they get the pod Flutter. Ah, this looks crazy. Okay, let me add here. Do we need this? I think this would automatically install, right? In the Flutter. Let me check my Flutter conference project. There also I have done the same thing. So if you go to the library, so here I added that in the about dot dot. So you can see here I am adding the Firebase machine learning vision dot dot, and picking up the image and scanning that face detection here. So similar thing I need to do. In that case, let me check my iOS pod library. Pod file. Yeah, I didn't add that, so it should be coming from the plugin only. So let me do this thing. Let me go and add this the import. I think it's in the about dot dot, right? So let's do this import here. So once this is imported, Then in the gallery type of image here, I can call fire. I think it's a Firebase or yeah, Firebase Vision. So let's add Firebase Vision dot instance dot face detector process image, and that vision image is Firebase. Am I doing correct? Oh, the process image instead of like yeah, the process image only. So the Firebase vision image dot from bytes or from file. What is this one? This is a file, right? So file. So let's say from file here, from file, the image file is image. So this is going to process the image. Then you can do the then or since this is async await, I can do the await here. This is going to be the result. The result is nothing but the list of faces. And in the face detector, they are having this face detector options. So the face detector options here, it says like enable classification, right? So this classification is enabling like what kind of emotion their face is having. So let me add this one as a option here. It's going to be face detector options. Am I doing correct? No. Enable classification true. Okay. So now if you console.log or is there a console.log in is there a print? Yeah, print result, then it's going to print the result there. So let me try this one in the emulator. So clicking the gallery, it's picking the image from gallery. Since we are using the iOS simulator, I cannot click the camera right now. So we have some happy face here. Clicking this, I got error. Great. So it says missing plugin exception found for method face detector process image on channel. It's why it's, I think there, whatever I have used in the Flutter conference, they have updated the library, it seems. So here if you see, we are getting like a detector detect an image. Right now they are converted that into the process image. This is 0.6.0 plus 2, right? Let's check like what version in the Flutter conference here. Pubspec.yaml. So in this pubspec.yaml, yeah, it's a 0.2.0 plus 1. Right now they have did some more changes. So let me go to their GitHub to see like how that looks like in their examples. Yeah, this way like I am creating the new brand demo for my my talk so that I can update whatever it's a new thing there. Okay, so is there any examples of Firebase machine learning vision? Yeah, the usage here is we added this one in our pubspec.yaml. Okay, so this is what we are using. So it says we need to add this in the pod file. Previously we didn't have this one, so let's add that in the pod file. Pod file here. I'm going to add that in top. So in the terminal, going to runner project, going to iOS runner project. Where is the pod file in the iOS project? Yeah, here I'm going to do pod install. So this is going to pull the dependencies from CocoaPod and add that file. I got the error. So it says CocoaPods could not find compatible versions for pod Google App Measurement. In snapshot, okay. So you should run pod update. Why? Okay. So the CocoaPods could not find compatible versions for pod Google App Measurement. In snapshot, it's 5.7.0. In pod file Firebase Machine Learn Vision, it's 5.3.0. It seems like you have changed the constraints of dependencies. I didn't change any constraints. Okay, so let's say pod update Google App Measurement. Okay, it's doing some changes here. I think once this is done, then probably we would end this stream and we will continue this one on Saturday. Yes, we will wrap this up on Saturday and we will do like a minimum viable product there. Oh, still I'm getting the error. Pod inst. Okay, what I need to do? Pod install. But I did the pod update, right? Or otherwise I can use the old version itself. What's the old version I'm having here? Zero dot. I think they made like a lot of changes in this one, right? But still it's throwing some error. Okay, let's fix this one. Instead of like going back to the older version, let's try this and fix this. Okay, so now going back to the GitHub, Firebase ML Vision. If you are using one of the on-device API, then okay, pod update in a terminal within the same directory as your pod file. Pod update. Then the pod file. Okay, here I need to add the statement. Yeah, we will add this one in pod here and add the pod update. It should be like getting this one from the plugin itself, right? So going to cancel this and do pod update here. So it's installing the dependencies from CocoaPod repository. We'll wait for this. Okay, otherwise, if it's taking like too much time, then probably we'll continue this in Saturday stream. Let's see. Let's wait and see here. At least like if we are able to detect the face emotion, then we will continue the remaining thing in the Saturday stream, so that like we would wrap that up in this Saturday, so that I can get ready with the next week talk. I am going to open source this, and if you have any changes or suggestion, then please feel free to create the GitHub issue. I'm going to continuously focus on this developer emotion and improve this one a little bit, because definitely this is like a very useful application to track developer emotions, right? It's downloading dependencies. I think it's taking too much time. Okay, I think it's let's wrap that up today, and we will continue this. So I'm going to update this pod, and we will continue that in Saturday. So today we just cleaned up our application a little bit. Instead of like using a heavy sized image, we use emoji Unicode character, so that we removed those images from application, and we integrated this image picker, both camera and gallery, and the machine learning kit. I think we got stuck with oh, it's still installing. Yeah, now it's installing. No, we are going to complete this. Wait, guys. I think once we get like the face emotion, I think we would end this stream. Once this is done, then for Saturday stream, if it's going to take more time, yeah, I'm going to end. I'm very tired. I started at 8. I didn't have my dinner yet. Um, okay, I think we will follow that on Saturday. So if you have any questions, and thanks for follow. So as a closing note, thanks for Agath- Agathon Dev for chat, and thanks for Rise Atom and Ilango Rajagopal. Thanks for watching and thanks for coming. I really appreciate that, and please feel free to stop by on my next stream schedule. So today we mostly cleaned up our Flutter application and try to implement our image picker and machine learning kit. So we will complete this one on Saturday. We will continue this stream on Saturday noon, and we will complete this. Then we will wrap that up, this demo for the talk, and we will do next thing in next week. Until then, see you next time. Okay, so first time I'm going to raid. So I'm going to raid with Brandon. Yeah. So I'm going to raid. So who are viewing the channel, please stop by in Brandon Twitch. He's doing like a lot of IoT stuff, so you can stop by and say hi. And we will see next time then. See you guys. Bye.